You've made every single decision that has led you to where you are in your life today. You know, where you are in your relationship status, you know, whether the different partners you've been with, you've chosen them all, you know, all the jobs you've been in, no matter how terrible they are, you've chosen it, you know. And where we're at in our lives right now is a culmination of all of the decisions that we've actually made up until this point in time. And when we get into situations where we feel like we don't like where we're at, we want to blame it on something. We want to blame it on something that's not ourselves, right? You know? And a lot of the times that comes down to blaming it on our past self, or blaming it on something that happened to our past self, you know? Experiences we had as children, you know? Past relationships, different people we've encountered in our life, you know, what we call those traumatic experiences. But the truth is, we don't operate at the mercy of our past self, like as if that past self is somehow pulling the strings and controlling us in our lives, you know, in our current daily life. Where we're at is a result of all of the decisions we've actually made leading up to this point in time. And the sooner that we own that and claim that truth and own that truth, then the sooner we'll be free and liberated of all of the things that we feel victimized by, especially our past self. A lot of us, that's one of the biggest things that we victimize ourselves with, is our past self. You know, all of the perceived hurts, traumas that our past self experienced. We use that as a reason, you know, as an excuse to feel the way we feel. We use it as an excuse or as the reason why we might have ended up in crappy situations. It's like when we end up in a good situation that we're happy with, we own it. Right? We own it. But as soon as we end up in a situation that we don't like or that we're not happy with, we're suddenly looking for blame. We're suddenly looking to blame it on our past self, or looking to blame it on somebody else, you know. But we're not at the mercy of any of those things. So if you could do one thing today, look at where you're at. And if you're not happy with where you're at, look at the decisions that led you to where you are today, and acknowledge them and own them, and then move forward, making more conscious decisions about your life.